think you know Elsa's powers, but you haven't seen anything yet. Imagine icy magic capable of shattering the boundaries of time itself. Today, join us on an unprecedented journey as Elsa discovers a truly game-changing ability. What does this mean for her, for Arendelle, and for the very fabric of time? Together, we'll explore forgotten eras and catch glimpses of what's yet to come. This isn't just about ice. It's about wielding the power to alter destiny. But will she be able to control it? Let's find out in today's episode. A new power awakens. Elsa was practicing her ice magic one day when she felt something strange. A surge of icy energy unlike any she'd felt before. As she channeled the power, unintended flashes of images flickered around her. Arendelle, but not as she knew it. Flashes of a bustling medieval village and an icy waste as far as the eye could see. Bewildering illustrations of a forgotten time. These visions confused her. What did they mean? Why were they linked to her powers? Concerned, she decided to confide in Anna and Kristoff, hoping to unravel this mystery together. They noticed these same visions happening around Arendelle. Ice sculptures seemed to shift, reflecting images of the distant past. Even the northern lights danced with strange familiarity. Confused and frightened by these sudden changes, the trio sought answers in the castle library, poring over ancient texts and maps, trying to understand what was happening. Suddenly, Anna gasped. She found a long-forgotten legend, an echo of an ancient Arendellian ice ritual where the queen had the power to manipulate time. Could this be the explanation for Elsa's newfound abilities? And if so, how could she control them? Temporal trials and triumphs. Fearful but determined, Elsa resolved to try controlling this strange power. Her first attempt was an accident. As she channeled her energy, time rippled around her. For a split second, she saw Arendelle as it might have been hundreds of years ago, maybe even during the legendary ice ritual. Then everything returned to normal. Shaken but resolute, Elsa realized she had jumped through time, however briefly. Now the real challenge was learning how to do it intentionally. After much practice and focus, she succeeded. She jumped precisely 184 years into the past, arriving at the exact moment of the legendary ice ritual. Astonished, she witnessed her ancestors performing the ritual, each action echoing down the centuries to her own time. It was here that Elsa met her ancestor, Queen Iduna. Though taken aback by Elsa's sudden appearance, Queen Iduna was accepting. Overwhelmed by the experience, Elsa realized that this wasn't just about grand displays of power. It was about understanding her heritage and the evolution of her people. With Queen Iduna's help, she learned more about the history of her powers and the true meaning of being the guardian of Arendelle. Yet she didn't linger too long in the past. She had glimpsed enough of her kingdom's bygone era, and her heart yearned for the familiar sights and sounds of her own time. So she bid farewell to her ancestor and jumped back to the present, carrying with her the wisdom and strengths of her lineage. Echoes of the past, whispers of the future. Upon returning to her own time, Elsa couldn't help but feel the weight of the past on her shoulders. Seeing firsthand the joys and struggles of her ancestors had filled her with a profound sense of responsibility. But this journey through time had also offered her a tantalizing glimpse into the future. She caught a fleeting vision of Arendelle centuries ahead, a prosperous ice kingdom thriving with innovation and technology, all thanks to the preservation of its ancient magic. It was an Arendelle that was both familiar and strange, a world where the traditions of the past had melded seamlessly with the advancements of the future. However, this vision wasn't a fixed point. It was a possibility, a whisper of what could be rather than what must be. Elsa knew that the future remained unwritten, malleable and open to influence. As she stood there contemplating these visions, a mix of excitement and trepidation filled her. The journey through time had enriched her understanding of her powers and her place within the grand narrative of her people. But it also revealed the perilous nature of her abilities. Even the smallest alteration in the past could send ripples through time, threatening to reshape the future in unpredictable ways. The perils of paradox. Despite the warnings from her past self, caution didn't seem prudent. In fact, she had just tweaked a minor event in the past, inadvertently changing a major detail in the present. When she returned to her own time, she noticed a peculiar change. Arendelle's beloved Duke of Weaselton, known for his sly dealings and fluffy tail, now sported a monocle and a handlebar mustache, looking remarkably like the villainous Hans from her past. How could this be? Apparently, in Elsa's brief chat with her past self, she'd accidentally sat on his tail, causing him pain and trauma. As a result, he developed a complex, disguising himself to avoid anyone who reminded him of his humiliating experience. Now, though comical, this change was worrisome. If such a small alteration could cause such a drastic shift, what could a bigger change bring? Was this the temporal anomaly she'd feared? The past was in peril, threatening to unravel the very fabric of her present. It was a sobering realization, a stark reminder of the delicate balance that held her world together. In a desperate dash to extricate the timeline, Elsa knew she needed to act swiftly and decisively. With Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf by her side, she embarked on a race against time. Traveling to the precise moment when she'd first encountered her past self, she worked diligently to undo the damage she'd caused. Each adjustment was a delicate dance, a careful balancing act to ensure that the timeline remained intact without creating new anomalies. All the while, the clock was ticking. Every moment she spent in the past was a moment lost in the present, bringing her closer to the point of no return. The pressure was immense, the stakes, the stability of her entire world. Yet Elsa pressed on, her determination fueled by love for her kingdom and the hope of restoring the lives of those affected by her mistake. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, she made the final adjustments, weaving the timeline back to its original course. With a deep breath, she sealed the temporal loop, returning to the present. Her journey through time had been fraught with challenges, but it had also been a testament to her resilience, resourcefulness, and the enduring power of love and friendship. Mastery and responsibility. Back in the familiar surroundings of her ice castle, Elsa couldn't help but marvel at the intricate tapestry of time that she'd so nearly disrupted. The experience had been a masterclass in humility, a stark reminder that even the most powerful magic could be undone by the smallest oversight. Yet amidst the chaos and confusion, there had been moments of clarity, moments that had shifted her perspective on her powers and her role in protecting Arendelle. The journey through time had pushed her to the very limits, testing not only her magical abilities, but also her resolve and her spirit. And in the crucible of these trials, she emerged stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the delicate balance of the world around her. Now, standing tall in the heart of her ice castle, Elsa knew that her journey was far from over. She'd learned that true mastery lay not in the unbridled use of power, but in the responsible stewardship of it. As a guardian of Arendelle, she understood that her actions had consequences that echoed through time, affecting not only her present, but also the countless moments that lay ahead. Though the future remained unwritten, she knew that with great power came great responsibility. And so she vowed to use her abilities wisely, drawing strengths from the echoes of the past and the whispers of the future, always striving to protect her kingdom and its people. In the end, it wasn't about ruling or conquering. It was about preserving the beauty and wonder of her world for generations to come. Looking out over the snow-covered landscape of Arendelle, Elsa felt a renewed sense of purpose. The journey through time had been perilous, but it had also been transformative. She was no longer just a snow queen. She was a traveler of time, a guardian of destinies. And with this understanding came a profound sense of responsibility, a responsibility she was ready to embrace. Though the path ahead was uncertain, one thing was clear. Elsa's story was far from over. In the grand tapestry of her people's history, her journey had only just begun. And as she looked up at the star-studded sky, she knew that the echoes of the past and the whispers of the future were guiding her every step of the way. If you like this video, subscribe Hanum Cartoon. Bye!